It's today's leadoff question with Davis Carson, a member of the Riley County basketball team. And Davis, your question today, what's your favorite highlights of your high school career so far?
So far, my senior year has been pretty good, but I think the highlight would be it was last Friday. I had a 20.8 game or 28-point game against Hiawatha. So I think that would probably be it.
What stood out about that game? Like, what was feeling so good during that game for you?
Honestly, just my shots were feeling well. Everything in the paint was just going in for me. So yeah, I took almost all my shots. I took 1 3 and luckily went in, but all my shots were in the paint and just felt good.
What was the mindset before that game? Like, were you feeling good in warmups?
Yeah, so I was feeling good, and we had a few guys that were sick and some guys that were returning from being sick. So, and I was one of the only ones that were healthy. So it was kind of like I just have to kind of do it for my guys and play well.
What was your previous career high? Do you know?
It was 18 earlier in the season against Sabetha.
So for you, like in your role throughout your career, like has it always been a score? Like how has your role kind of evolved throughout your career?
From high school, I started out kind of just facilitating, kind of just rebounding and passing mainly. And then close to my junior and senior year, I got more minutes and then started getting all my buckets pretty much in the paint and just kind of just scoring there.
All right. So out of those 28 points, was there one specific highlight that was the best?
Yeah, definitely. I had an and one that I was kind of falling on the ground. I tripped on a guy and then he fouled me and chucked it up over my head and it went in.
Nice. Davis Carson with Riley County basketball with our leadoff question. Leadoff question with Rielyn Wurtz, a member of the Riley County basketball team. And Rielyn, the question today, what's your favorite highlights of your high school career so far?
I would say it pretty well started junior and senior year, just kind of accepting the unique role that I have in like the team. I'm not really a flashy scorer, or, like super pretty basketball player, I guess is what you'd say. I'm more of like a defensive guy, get rebounds, dive on the floor type of deal. So I would say overall I just accepting that role is probably my best attribute situation. So yeah.
Yeah. Did you kind of know, like going into your junior, now your senior year, like kind of what you needed to do for the team?
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, I've never been able to, like, I'm not a flashy scorer by any means. You can ask anybody, so I kind of knew that was going to have to happen for sure.
All right. So you mentioned like rebounds, like how much pride do you take in, just grabbing rebounds?
For sure. It takes a lot and it takes a lot of effort to, go up there and do the dirty work, but I find it fun. So
how much have you worked on your game throughout your high school career?
quite a bit. Us and the guys just hanging out in the gym constantly, going to the rec and all kinds of stuff. So it's been fun with the boys.
Any games that have stood out in your high school career that you really enjoyed?
Playing Rossville, just kind of the rivalry. I mean, any of those teams is just fun to always go up against, and it's going to be a good game no matter how good either team is. It's always going to be a good game.
Any specific highlights that stand out in those matchups with Rossville?
Not really for me. I know, what was it, sophomore year? Trey Webber, you're about to interview him. He had a bunch of points against Rossville. That was probably my best. That was cool to watch.
That is Rielyn Wurtz, a member of the Riley County basketball team with our leadoff question. Leadoff question brings in a Trey Webber, a member of the Riley County basketball team. Trey, the question, what's your favorite highlights of your high school career so far?
Yeah, just going back to sophomore year against Rossville, I had 7 threes in a game.
7 threes. All right, so is that still your career high?
No, I had my junior year, I had 27 also against Rossville.
Whew,
But
okay.
but threes, 7's the most I've ever had.
So have you always been a good outside shooter? When did that come about?
Yeah, going back to middle school, I'd say I was shooting the ball basically from anywhere.
How deep is your range?
Pretty far out there, I'd say.
So you feel like once you cross half court, you're feeling pretty good?
Yeah, definitely.
All right, so going back to that 7 3-point game, like what was were they open looks? Like how did things come about?
Yeah, I just started close to the line, just making the normal shots, and then I ended the first quarter with my 5th 3 with a buzzer beater from half court. So
So, like, when you see like defenses now, obviously probably the scouting report is out. Like, what are defenses like against you in your career?
Basically, I feel like a lot of game plans against me are just running me off the line or trying to make me shoot from deeper than I'm more comfortable with. But yeah.
How much, like, I guess, pride do you kind of take in your conditioning and trying to, you know, continue to run throughout games just to make sure you do get open for your shot?
I take a lot of pride in that. Just running up and down the floor and trying to get up to the open spot.
Do you have a favorite three that you made? Was there anyone that stands out?
Not particularly, I wouldn't say, but there's a couple buzzer beaters I've had.
So any specific highlights that you've rewatched? Maybe that 7 3-point game. Have you rewatched that game?
Yeah, definitely.
That is Trey Webber, a member of the Rielyn County basketball team, with our leadoff question.